What is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. And in today's YouTube video, I'll be going over the best way to master the exogun in Rival. So let's get right into it. Now, the exogun does a ton of damage, and I mean a ton of damage. But you have to know how to aim it and master it. Now, to aim with the exogun is pretty simple. It's kind of like aiming with every other gun, but it is a projectile, not a hit scan. So you're not going to be able to hit scan your enemies. What I mean by that is you can't just aim at them and you'll be able to hit all your shots. You're actually going to have to aim in front of them, if that makes sense, before you hit them. So I'll kind of show you what I mean. So in Marvel Rivals, you have hit scan characters and projectile characters. It's kind of the same thing. So the exogun is a very good weapon, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, sometimes you might feel like, oh, it is a hit scan weapon, but I can comfortably say it is not a hit scan weapon. I played a lot with this gun, and I played against super high tier players, and this is definitely not a hit scan weapon. You have to make sure you know where you're aiming before you aim. Now, this guy right here is using the shotgun. Now, the exogun, I'm pretty sure that's the name. I call it the ray gun. But the exogun is really good at dealing with close range and far range. And is really good at mid-range too. It's kind of like an all-rounder gun. So I'll kind of show you that against this player. Also, I haven't played Rivals in a while. I'm not going to lie, Rival is also getting a little bit boring. But I'm going to keep trying to make Rivals content because you guys seem to love it. And I do like making it. It's just that I don't really know what to make about this game. The premise is kind of the same. But anyways, I'm not trying to hate on Rivals or complain. I just want to show you guys how to master this weapon. Now, he's using a shotgun, and I'm only using the ray gun. But if you have a secondary weapon, or actually your primary weapon, this will be a lot easier. So I'm going to use the assault rifle and the ray gun, and watch how easy this is. So I'm swapping to the assault rifle right here, waiting for him to make a move. I don't have any volume on, so I can't really hear anything. I'm waiting for him to make a move. We're also going to use the scythe. The scythe. Up here, 20, 40, 60, 80. And by the way, the best build is the assault rifle for far range, the scythe for gun mobility, and this to stun and kill your opponent. I'll try to show you what I mean by the ray gun. The exogun is really good with the freeze ray weapon. Oh, so he's using sniper. Now, sniper is actually a really good way to counter the ray gun. And I think that's why he probably swapped to the ray gun. But if you use the assault rifle, you should be able to counter the sniper pretty well. So we're going to use the assault rifle in combination with... How did he get all the way back there in 5 seconds? I don't know. That was kind of weird. That's a little suspicious. But anyway... the assault rifle is really well with the ray gun, and the scythe is really well cracked with the ray gun too, because you can move very fast and hit more shots. Sorry, I'm doing so bad, guys. I have not played Rivals in a very long time. Well, not very long, but I haven't played in a while. So I'm gonna play 1 or 2 more matches, and I'll be explaining. Now, just because I lost that, don't think that he's not telling the truth. You should know his name. I've been playing with the ray gun for a very long time. So I know what I'm talking about. It's just, you obviously have to play Rivals if you want to get good with the gun. I do play Rivals. I just don't play it a lot anymore because I always have to worry about Shindo Life because that meta's always changing. And I always have to worry about JDI because that meta's always changing. But this guy's level 179. So I'm going to go over some quick ways. I'll just type hi. But yeah, I'll go over some quick and easy ways to improve your aim with the ray gun. Now, to prove your aim with the ray gun. And a really good tip is just going back and like forth how I am, and you can either do auto shoot or not. It's whatever you prefer. I prefer to use auto shoot when it comes to the ray gun because it is a projectile gun. But you don't have to use auto shoot. You can easily use your normal aim. But I only really use my normal aim with the assault rifle or any primary weapon because it seems like primary weapons are better when you manually shoot. But for secondary and utility weapons, you obviously want to be using auto shoot. But with melee, you always also want to use your like manually do it. But yeah. Now, with the ray gun, you might run into one problem, that it doesn't do a ton of damage. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but once you start hitting more shots like how this, once you start hitting more shots in a row, it starts to rack up a lot of damage. So I do recommend trying to, instead of just tapping them, try to catch them when they're flying in the air. But like if you're not using the AR or super, use your use this gun, the exogun or whatever it's called. Not gonna lie, I'm so used to calling it the ray gun, I had to search up the actual name. But yeah, just use the exogun. There we go. It came back in my brain. Just use the exogun when they're flying in the air, or if they're already pretty low, you could just use the gun because it doesn't do bad damage. 20 damage to 19 damage is not bad. And this gun is really good if you like to move around and shoot, because the projectile, that's the one good thing when it comes to having a projectile weapon, because you can move around and shoot it. And also, if you do play Marvel Rivals and you do like playing projectile heroes, you'll probably like the exogun. Like if you play like Namor, Bucky, or any characters like that, you'll probably like the ray gun because it's very similar to Bucky's primary gun. And as you see right here, I just beat this level 200 player with just the exogun. So hopefully you liked this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.